welcome you all in my gaming channel and the second part of Instant War. Today I'm going to talk about the Alliance and how important it is for you to join the proper one. Guys, this is the free to install game, but don't forget there's going to be advertisements like this on the beginning. Every time you enter, there's going to be some bundles, some unique packs and stuff. My advice on this is make sure you like the game and you want to play it before you're spending your money on something like this. This might help you out, especially in this game, far more than, for example, March of Empires, if you play that one as well. I just want to let you know that very important is to join the proper team. Don't join something what is just happen to show up and they are actually struggling to get any players in. There are only few active and most of them just don't care. It's gonna make you grow slower. This is completely normal in any kind of game like this. Is the same kind of structure, but in Instant War it's even more important, and I will show you in this video why. Okay, I got one icon right here, so like helping the player to build something probably. I got some points, some extra stars for the campaign. The campaign, I'm gonna make some short video about this in the other video. I just want to let you know, guys, this is very important. If you see any kind of icon on your base, the green one, I don't have it right now because I restarted this actually game a few times. I was making some other videos as well. So collect as soon as you can, even pressing like this time to time, because if you don't, it's not gonna produce any more resources. You can click on that building, you can check the economy. Also about this kind of things and the research I'm gonna talk in the next video, so keep visiting my channel for it if you're interested. By the way, if you have any questions about this game or any other game on my channel, as always, don't hesitate to place some comments below the video. If you have any experience with Instant War, if you have some message for me or for other players, for other viewers, if they should play, maybe not, then also don't hesitate to place something. This is the gaming channel, is for everyone to exchange the informations and help each other to play the games like this. So it's the same when you're producing anything else. Actually, you need to keep an eye on the numbers of research and everything else, how many points for research you have right here on the bottom. If it's full, then you're probably supposed to use some of your resources and trying to do anything, really, just anything, just to proceed with this, and so the points can actually keep recharging all the time. So this is the way how you're actually doing. But today I want to talk only about the team. Research is going to be different time. Okay, so you click on Alliance. The cool thing about in this game, then you can actually check the members, who is online, when was last time online. So if you see then someone is inactive for a long time, you don't have to ask and making like a kind of investigation about it. You see yourself if he's there, if you are, for example, a leader or officer responsible for the teammates. So this is the one right here. You can click on it. I'm not going to show this because of privacy of other teammates in the place where I am right now. Guys, remember this game is, the map is huge and everything, and it's really take long time to attack, to go somewhere, to everything. So this is what I want to talk. The technology in the Alliance is very important. It's not only your research, that technology here. So you're going on Alliance, you see the members here, you can search for Alliance, you can check the Alliance buildings. You can manage this in some way, depends on your which position you have in your team. But you click on a technology, and this is the most important here. This team is new. I was without a team for a while. I was busy with something else, so I didn't play the game that much, but I was making sure that everything is correct. I was testing that game for a while. I mentioned in some of the videos that I will do this kind of game actually on my channel. So now is the time, and I want to say to you that what you have to think about playing this game, focus on economy and research and everything to do to getting resources for your base and for your teammates. So what I mean is Growing union is very important to do, because if you want more members in your team, then you definitely trying to put this as like right here, priority technology to do. You just pressing go and it's gonna show you this one right away. And then what you have to do, what you can do, is just contribute to it. Sometimes it's called cost petrol, sometimes it's food. I can actually check this one. Here is more petrol. Oh, here is some food. Trade. This is helping with the trade. But this is the point here. If your team, if you all not gonna do it, you're not gonna contribute to it, that your team gonna lose big times. Seriously. Because it's not only about your troops, about your own research. It's not only about that. You can have a pretty big power, and then few teammates gonna show up, because except growing and doing your economy here, like this one actually is for economy. But someone, for example, other team invest a lot of and contribute to military, so they got firepower and everything else far more stronger than you, and you might just lose everything very fast. So if you don't want to do it like this, then just trying to focus what you need the most. If you have more players which is gonna be joining your team, so growing union is very important to do, because even more members in your teammates in there is and contribute, have all together. This is the really big teamwork and extremely important in this game. Then you have a chance to grow faster. For example, right now you can click one by one. This all depends. Maybe you might not having enough resources at the moment, so you might just contribute to something else. But think what you do. Just don't click on just anything, because that's going to be ridiculous and a little bit waste. Okay, you can always just click one button to make a maximum contribution. Just in one go, all this is going to be zeroed. And you have to wait in time to those points to refresh again, reload. Okay, and then you're just doing exactly the same thing. So as soon as this gonna reach this maximum point 7,300, then it's gonna have that probably level 2. So from 4 to 8 members is gonna be able to join extra something, So so this is very cool. Why this is so cool? For me, something like this missing from Age of Empires, because they're supposed to be from beginning something to make all the alliance, all the teammates to do something, something together, something extra, and actually helping the growing, like a big alliances. Some of them they're growing too fast because they purchase so many bundles on the beginning. It's difficult to fight with them sometimes, because they buying everything, lots of things for gold. Here you can spend the gold as well, but the teamwork, if your team is good and not necessarily have to spend the money in the game, then you also can have some advantage over others. It doesn't mean that you have to spend lots of money to play this kind of game. It's really not true. It all depends what kind of players you have in that team. So later on, my suggestion is, after growing union is very big for me, big thing for me personally, to do some gathering for, doesn't matter which of these resources, because you need all of them anyway, and you need really big amount of them. So you're trying to contribute and persuade your officers or your leader to actually focus on one of those, because it's really making big difference. And what you have to realize in this instant war, the percentage is not like in Age of Empires. They're showing you 50% faster to gather resources, which is actually not true, because if you're gonna go to gather some mine, for example, for iron, and it's taking you, for example, 20 minutes. If you're gonna use that gear or something to speed up for 50%, it's not gonna be changing from 20 minutes to 10 minutes. This is completely bullshit. This is absolutely not true. This is some kind of different recalculations of all this percentage. Now here is the same like many of your buildings. For example, let's go to military district, and if we want to improve it, and so you can see the numbers in here. It's gonna take me build for 10 hours to build that, and the recruitment, only 15 more troops gonna be higher in that. 15 each time you're making them. It's the same like in the first one, a training hall. So recruitment speed gonna speed up not by 3% or 30% or something like those numbers actually in other games of this kind. This one 0.3. That's very important to think what kind of building and when you build. I still recommend you to do the economy district and the military. Those are very important. Of course, the science and everything else need to go for it, but I think economy number 1, military number 2, science number 3. Then you have this one, civil district, and then you got social. I think the last is from technology for the building or creating some of the gear for your champion. Okay, you got some free stuff, don't forget about this. This is like also normal in this game. You have a campaign, but like which I said, I'm gonna do a video about this next time. You have some extra building what you got around here, because the first circle is the main thing, and then you have add-ons. So this one, for example, helping you to have not only more points, for example, for research, but this is the same like one here. I got economy. So you're clicking here and you have add-ons abilities. That's what is give you to you. For example, so you can see my resources right now. You just click on one of the add-ons, instant use. You need to 6 hours. You're gonna receive 6 hours worth of resources. So this is the amount what I get right away. It's just adding to whatever I had. And now you have to wait 12 hours, for example, to recharge. So this is very, very important. Oh, and see, this is the icon what I said about. So the resources are produced. You can see then those numbers. If you're not pressing that, or you're not gather or something, those numbers not going to change. Only like this. So this is all very important. I'm really think about where you're going, who you're joining. Be active on the chat. This is also very important, because if you are active, you can, communication is a key, what you're supposed to focus on as a team. If your leader doesn't want to listen or anything, any advices, because it happened to me as well once or twice in some of the games. So this, just leave and find something which is going to be really good teamwork, unless the leader is have a really big experience, so you don't have to be worried about. Assist, of course, assist you doing like this. I've got actually the cooldown time. You can ask for help with any of the resources. There is very small amount of them. I just want to warn you. There is also the research for it. If you want to reduce the tax what you have to pay, when you sending the resources to someone, or others need to pay the tax for it. So the amount of whatever you sending or they do is, the amount of resources what you received is a little bit smaller than they sent. Okay, helping the alliance, of course, is as long as it's anything right here, then you just click on it. You can ask on any kind of resource. So this, but it can happen only once. Okay, so think about it, which one you need the most. If you're planning to gather something, like it's much easier or faster for you to gather alloy or petrol, and you got problems because they're with the food or something else, that just think ahead what you're planning to do. It's no point really in this game to gather too many resources. Keep it in your castle in your base. If you have a long way to build something, or you're not gonna start the research very soon, because you just attract your base to be attacked by others, and they will try to take some of your resources. Okay, keep that in mind, because in this game you can survive far more longer without the shield. I haven't been with the shield, for example, for a week or two, and nobody even care about it. You can be scouted if you have lots of resources, like me. No, not right now, but if I would have, for example, 1 million each, then definitely I would be already burning. Okay, stuff like this is quite important. You do exactly some other missions what you got for your base, so you don't worry if there is something to help you out with all this. It's not just like you have to really struggle all the time. You can manage to actually do that contribution. You can actually build something. You can make those troops. Oh, actually, I'm gonna have to try it. But right, this is very important. Before, for example, recruit any troops, you go on missions, daily ones, and you're looking what kind of task you can do. For example, if you want those points, which is going to give you some small chest with a very tiny amount of some resources, some rewards, aim higher than better. Of course, here's very big different numbers here. The crates, the basic crates, so it give you some stuff, some items, so you can craft some gear again. You need lots of everything again, but this is just completely normal. But this daily quest is very good to do some of them. You don't have to do all of them to get that 200 points, which is good. So this is you can focus on. Remember then plenty of resources. It's not actually on these numbers here, but in your inventory, your items. Here is the thing what you're holding. So I think the good thing to do any research, any kind of progress, is plan to collect enough big amount of them here, and if it's exactly what you need, then you use them. You don't have to use the shield for it. You just go for it and you build, or you're doing research what you want. So you again from a lot of resources, you're going back to the bottom, so nobody will attack you, because nobody wanna just attack and have nothing in return unless it's a kill event. Remember about that. I just want to tell you, then you have to click on this little bit calendar, and you're gonna see what kind of events are on and what kind of events are coming up. This is very important because it's going to show you proper timer. This is also what's missing in March of Empires. In March of Empires is very basic way to showing all this, but here is far more. So you can actually plan and everything. I mentioned about that, I think, in the first part as well. What kind of things you might look at. My dog is still gonna start barking because somebody is calling. Okay, so this is it. This is something what you think about. For example, right now I don't have to care about training the T1 troops for the event because they are the fastest one. You can, because they start already over 1 day, so no problem. In this situation, if I want to recruit the troops, I'm gonna choose something from a higher level. That's a good thing, because you can see then only 454 of them, those units each. It's taking you over 3.5 hours to make. So you have to keep it in mind what kind of units you're planning to do. Just 1 second, I have to deal with the dog. Okay, because she started panicking. The good thing about here, then you can train a few different kind of units, type of units in the same time. It's just it's your choice. So in higher your research, your HQ and everything else, then you have more options unlocked. So that's it. Sorry guys, only about this kind of technologies and things. Remember about gathering and everything else, those points, contribution, chatting on just be active, okay? So, and then you're gonna be good to go. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget about the likes for the video. It very helped me out. I very much appreciate. Good luck in the instant war, and I will hopefully to see you in the next part.